You can see by the train behind me, I'm at Town Square, and this week I interviewed my friend Sabrina Souiri. I actually know how to pronounce her name now, as you'll find out. We just couldn't stop yapping, so check it out. I'm here in the office and soon-to-be podcast studio of Sabrina Souiri. Now, am I pronouncing that right?
No!
Does anybody pronounce it right?
Not many. I think people who've known me for a long time do.
Right. I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
And I still haven't
I'm talking like grammar school.
Right. And the proper pronunciation?
Is Souiri.
Souiri.
It's my last name is I'm half Moroccan, and my father's Moroccan.
Mm-hmm.
And our family is from a city in Morocco called Essaouira. So if you were from Essaouira, your last name is Souiri.
Okay.
And apparently they built like a water system there. I think my great-grandfather was a pirate. Arg.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
It kind of makes the whole thing.
It's all coming full circle.
Yeah. You get a little larceny in the personality.
Yes. I didn't know that you grew up in Las Vegas.
I'm kind of odd. Yes, I grew up here and I grew up in Los Angeles.
Now, how do you grow up in two places?
Very difficult. My mom had a house in Sunland, Tahunga, where my sister and I were belly dancers at Persian clubs.
And you were the world's youngest belly dancer at one time.
Yes, I was. I was the world's youngest professional belly dancer. Emphasis on professional. We got paid a lot.
Nice.
Because Arabs love their belly dancers. Yes. And especially a 2-year-old shaking it.
How were you able to shake your belly at 2 years old?
It's funny you ask that, because I actually had a technique that is frowned upon. I could not shake. So what I would do is I would actually shake my arm.
Right.
Like hopefully the rest of me would follow suit.
And that's acceptable when you're 2 years old.
Yes. My mom was doing a show in Las Vegas. We had a house here.
Okay.
A very small one. I'm not going to go into that, but and we had a place in California. But also the whole thing with California was the Foothill Strangler was the area he was killing them in. So sometimes my mom would leave in the middle of the night because she didn't feel safe, and we'd drive to Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And part of the reason why we'd also drive back to Los Angeles, it was constantly like this, our car.
Right.
You know, and my sister and I singing stupid songs and playing games in the back of the car, because my father, the Moroccan Arab,
yes,
who was very much part of the, not without my daughter, I was probably worth like a couple of goats and a chicken.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I think so.
At least.
So my mom had this whole protocol for potential kidnap situations.
Okay.
Like code words. Like if somebody were to come pick me up from school, it was never Mom. It was always Wonder Woman.
Ah.
We danced at Alan Carr's birthday party a lot.
Oh, really? Now, Alan Carr, if people don't know, was a big producer.
Yes.
Especially in the late 70s, early 80s. Produced the Village People movie, if I'm not mistaken, and Xanadu and
nice.
other very flamboyant sort of movies.
Yes, very, very.
Did he do Grease too? I think he did Grease, right?
I want to say he did.
Yeah.
He was a big deal.
Right.
So belly dancing at his parties,
right.
He for some reason he loved Malik and I. However, Malik did. I think it was his birthday party. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna make sure I don't make it Alan's birthday party. We were at some party and she walked in on group sex.
Oh wow!
And I was like, I didn't really understand it, and she was trying to tell me because she was freaking out.
Right.
And she wanted to tell me the story, which of course is
probably some of the configurations were not what you're used to. It wasn't a man-woman sort of thing.
Any kid walking in and just seeing a bunch of naked bodies is going to freak out.
Right.
You know, you don't really know what it is, but you're like, it's not. This is not normal.
Right. So you're a kid and you're performing at Alan Carr's orgy and birthday party.
Well, like I said, I'm not sure if it was Alan Carr's. I just have the memory of it.
But some Hollywood big shots.
Yeah, some Hollywood big shots party.
You grew up, your neighbors were in the Mafia.
Oh, yeah, it's Las Vegas.
I mean, we can never confirm or deny that, but...
Well, if you look at CNN, some back stories, they confirmed it. A couple of them went to jail. But that was Vegas normal.
Mafia ruled the town back then.
Yeah, and they ran it way better. The mob ran the city way better
than the corporation.
You know, you have Sunday. They invite you over for Sunday dinner because most of them were Catholics, and it was great Sunday dinner. And they would talk about the gas man being there, and they all knew the gas man was FBI. It was like unscheduled. I don't know how they knew.
The gas man's there on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, or the water meter guy.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, the FBI was like constantly trying to bust him on stuff. And
I just wanted to touch on this. And how did the Souiris beat Sam Kinison? I don't know if I've ever heard that one. You want to talk about it?
No, it's fine. It's just kind of grueling. I've never written about Sam, and actually, Mark, I have never talked about Sam.
Okay.
You're the first person.
All right.
I go to Los Angeles for the summer vacation, like per usual, and I'm staying in the same apartment building as my sister. Her then boyfriend at the time had a major drug problem, and was like looking for coke in the carpet. As
comedians in the 80s tended to do.
Yeah, that was kind of a regular thing.
Yeah.
So she'd mentioned something about Sam, and there was some chemistry. They met in a bathroom or whatever.
Right.
But Malika's incredibly shy.
Right.
It doesn't seem like she is, but she's very shy.
Right.
And at least she was then.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it from what I've never met her, but everything I've seen, she doesn't seem shy.
No, she takes a little coaxing,
right.
And it just kind of maybe depends on what mood she's in. But at the time, she was very shy, and I basically, took over the situation because she was acting like a teenage girl, and called the Comedy Store, who then relayed the message to Sam, and he called back, and my sister, he wanted me to Chin Chin on Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
Sunset Plaza area.
I remember that, yeah.
So my sister she dressed me up, not anything,
right.
It was age appropriate, 16.
Right.
And we go to Chin Chin. As I was going to leave, Sam asked, "Do you want to stay?" So I said, "Sure, why not?"
So you were like the chaperone.
Well, yeah, she's also going like this and back.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm going, oh my gosh. So because I really didn't want to stay.
Right.
I don't know these people. I don't, whatever.
Were you a fan?
No.
No.
Okay. That was a whole other story.
Okay.
I was too young.
Right.
And my mom wasn't going to let me go see Sam Kinison.
Right.
It was just kind of a bizarre, kind of universal lining itself in a weird way.
You heard of him, but you weren't a fan.
I actually didn't even know his name.
Okay.
So that's another story.
All right.
But from Chin Chin, we go to Sam's Corvette. It's an X-Rev, and my sister and I get in the front seat because it's a two-seater car, and so that's illegal.
Yeah.
We drive down to the premiere for The Lost Boys. Sam blows through every stop sign, which becomes a metaphor for our life.
Right. And
then when we got to the Lost Boys premiere, I didn't even know what a premiere was. It was just the lights came up and like all the cast is.
You guys walked the red carpet with the cast.
We actually got there a little bit late.
Okay.
So we kind of sneaked in, and the last seats available were like right up front. So when the lights came up, I could turn around and there's Kiefer Sutherland,
right.
There's Diane Wiest, and
the Coreys.
And I like, oh my gosh, the entire movie cast is behind me.
Sure.
And Jason Patric's so hot.
Right.
When I was 16, he's still a good-looking guy.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
So we went back up to the house, which my Alan Steven drove me. He looked like a serial killer.
Right.
Was very nervous. He had the Mr. T starter kit with the gold chains.
And you ended up marrying him.
I ended up marrying him, and then at the much later in life, not at 16.
Yes.
He's gonna kill me for saying this, but I think it was funny that he didn't say anything to me from Wilshire, where the premiere was, because Sam and Malika were a little intoxicated. So we didn't want to do the two in the front seat, and so from Wilshire to Sunset, actually to Hollywood Boulevard, maybe Sunset or Hollywood Boulevard, which is like a couple miles.
Right.
He says nothing. First words out of his mouth to me are, "Hey kid, you smoke pot?" Yeah! I never smoked pot. I was just so nervous. So we got kind of were the gang that ruled the Sunset Strip. Everyone wanted to hang out with us, and they did. We had a long run at the Comedy Store. After a bad business situation, Sam did like 2-3 shows a night, and I mean the rockers that would just show up. Everyone came out to see us. Then we would go out to other places like Gazzari's, and the Rainbow.
Yeah.
I mean,
you just have to see the videos to see who you guys were hanging out with. I mean, Ozzy, Billy Idol, Slash, like Motley Crue, all these guys.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I didn't mean to go back, and we're going to get to what you're doing now and what you've done.
Yeah, that's fine.
Any good Rodney Dangerfield stories?
Oh my God! Except for seeing his balls every time he sung, because he'd always wear a robe. I mean, everybody saw his balls.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like the first time you met him?
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's like Chinese food, doing some blow. His balls are hanging out. It's like.
So these aren't exaggerations. He just would walk around with his balls hanging out.
Yeah, I know. I know specifically legal, meetings. He would go and sit with the lawyers, and the lawyers would see his balls. I'm not sure if they were just that saggy and low, or
is that why he got no respect, or
Rodney had so much respect. Yes, he didn't know that Princess Precious was seriously.
Was that your belly dance name?
Yeah.
Princess Precious.
Yeah, my mom came up with that.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, Princess Precious Sabrina. I had